Wattpad. I might be wrong. But when you finally get together, it's like, oh, finally. I don't know, this is true. Read the back. What? And this I will not get over this man boy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eilidh, and if you're not, then hello. It is good to see you again. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I had a wonderful Christmas. It was great. Did I get many books though? No. A little bit disappointed, but it's fine, because I have a tendency of buying all the books that I want. So realistically, that's my fault. But I'm so happy with this month. I read so many books this month. Compared to the last couple of months, they were not good. They were not good. But this month, how many did we read? 1, 2, 15. We read 15 books this month, the month of December. Round of applause. And another amazing thing, I hit my reading goal. Yes. I wanted to read 80 books this year, and I read 81 books this year. I was able to squeeze one more book in before starting filming this video. I was determined to finish it, and I did. I did that. So yes, very, 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 very happy. But let's go through all of the books that I read in the month of December, and then we'll move on to my January TBR. Let's just get started with all of the books that I read in December, starting with Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This was so good. I didn't expect this book to be good. I swear it was on like Wattpad first, and originally I was going to film a video on like reading Wattpad. I still might do it. I don't know. I've never read on Wattpad before, but this book was on it, and then it suddenly got published, and I was like, oh. So it's either the same or it's not. I don't know, but I ended up giving this a 4 stars. We are following a princess who, did she like leave? Was she like a runaway? Yeah, she was. She was prisoner, and she then fled, started up her own kingdom, and then joined the enemy of her father who imprisoned her. So she joined the person who her father hated most, basically, and things went on from there. So it is a romantasy. There are dragons. She's literally the mother of dragons, and it's all about the quest to try and free her dragons because they are still imprisoned, and also take back her kingdom as well from her not very nice father. And obviously there's a romance in it as well, like how could there not be? But I ended up giving this a 4 stars. I liked it more than I thought. I read it in a 24-hour reading video at the beginning of the month, and that is much as I can remember, but also very proud of myself that I could remember that because I've read so many books since then. Anyway, Fear the Flames, great book. Moving on, I then did a reread, and that was Queen of Nothing. I love the Folk of the Air series. It is one of my favourite books. Carden is the first book boyfriend I ever had. This was a series that I read that got me into fantasy, more importantly romantasy, and I filmed a whole video, like an hour-long video of me rereading the whole of the series. And that's probably the funnest reading vlog I've ever done. I've never done a spoiler reading vlog before, and I did with this series, and I will be doing one again of what I don't know. But yeah, loved this book the most out of all of them. This is now my favourite one out of all 3. Gave it 4 stars, so overall I give the whole of this series 4 stars, but it is still great. I love it. Mwah, Carden and his magnificent tale. Moving on, I then went on and read my first Christmas book of the year, of the season, which is an Amazon published book, and that is All Winter With You by Ali Hazelwood. It's the first book in the Under the Mistletoe series. It is only 70 pages long, and it was good. The thing is about this, one, I love Ali Hazelwood, would never speak poorly of her. 2, not my favourite one out of her because obviously it is a fast-paced book. It is only 70 pages long. Can I remember the plot? No. I can remember the second one, but not the first one. Oh no, I think it was childhood friends turned strangers, turned hate, you could say, ish, turned lovers. I think I might be wrong. Yeah, ended up giving it a 3 stars just because I have realised I've come to terms with I do not like fast-paced books. I don't like them. I don't like when we are enemies at the first bit of the book and then suddenly, like 50 pages in, oh my god, they're together and they love each other. I'm like, oh, I want there to be more banter. I want there to be more like fights. I want there to be like that tension. That when they finally get together, it's like that, oh, finally. You know that feeling. Obviously, you didn't get that with this book because it was 70 pages long. But still good. It kind of did like a flashback thing. But Ellie Hazelwood, I could literally read her all day. So I gave it a 3. Then, moving on, we read, I love this book. I love this book. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. It is a single dad. It is a country singer, cowboy romance, and I devout this book. Elsie Silver is, she just gets it. She just gets it. And the kids in this as well, they're so adorable. Like, I wish I could go back and read this book for the first time. Again, it was another 4 stars for me. I just didn't get that 5-star feeling. I don't actually know if have I given? I don't know. But so good. And the bird that's in it, she literally has a pet bird. Hilarious. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful. It's a great rom-com. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, then moving on to my most anticipated read of the month, which was another Kindle, but also audiobook. I will not get over this man's voice. It was Lights Out by, I'm not going to attempt to say her name. I will get it, I will botch it, but it's Lights Out. And I gave this book a 4. It was so close to a 5. There was something, I felt like there was something missing. Like there was something missing. I can't tell you what, don't ask me. I am not an author. I do not come up with those ideas. But if you are going to read this book, please listen to the audiobook. Please, I'm actually begging you, listen to the audiobook. And more importantly, listen to the narrator of Joss speak. I think I fell in love. He was so good. It was one of the things where he literally brought that character to life. It was funny. It was spicy. It was just chef's kiss. It was so good. I wish I could experience that again. The plot got me though. Wasn't expected that plot. You start off with Josh and you kind of go through the works with him. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want you to go in blind. But he's a book boyfriend now. He honestly is. I love him. Like, so much. Anyway, let's stop talking about that or I'm gonna literally sit down and reread the book. Or actually, more likely listen to it. I then read The Priest. I didn't expect to like this book as much. First off, why did I think it was not about a priest? Like, when I first came to this, I was like, oh, cute. Read the back. What? Excuse me? I haven't read a book in a very long time that talks about religion. And never in my life have I read a book that is this. I don't know how to explain. I gave it 4. Another 4. There are a lot of 4 stars in this month. But never in my life have I, 1, related to a dark romance. Loved it. But 2, was so invested in it that I had no idea who I was rooting for. Like Tyler, first off, this whole book is in Tyler's point of view. Like we never once go into the female Poppy's head. I've never read a book like that before. Love that. Amazing. But also like what? Honestly, the whole way throughout this book, I was thinking, what's gonna happen next? Like, what's he gonna decide? I don't know if I want him to change his plan or like stay where he is. Like I don't know. Like all of the possible routes were like not stressing me out, but I was invested. I was so invested. It was great. I want to read the rest of the series. But I loved I think the religious aspect in this more because it was so relatable. And because some of my favourite verses came up as well in the book. And I was like, I know that one. I know that. So I was like, yeah, smart. It made me feel smart. Okay, next. Leather and Dark, the second one from the, what's it called? The Ruinous Love trilogy. The first one was Butcher and Blackbird and I gave that a 5. This one I gave a 4. This is literally about Leather and Lachlan. I can now say his name. I figured out what his name is. Thank you for your comment and for telling me that I was wrong. And also for YouTube's pronunciation, because I was saying Lachlan because that's how it's spelled, and I'm so mad at myself as well, because I for one have a Gaelic name and it's not pronounced how it's spelled, and I should have known that. I should have known that, and I should have looked it up. And also, the thing that's even more embarrassing is Lachlan was going to be my sister's name as she was a boy. So I should have known that. I should have known. Now I do, and I'm very embarrassed. So let's just ignore that and talk about this book. It was a contract killer, serial killer. Well, she doesn't call herself a serial killer. She calls herself a multiple deleter, and I think that's adorable, because then she turns her trophies into little like crafts. Genius. Like, that is genius. She had a finger that was then in a snow globe, like in a jar, and then she put glitter in it, and if you shook it, it was a snow globe. Great. Enemies to lovers, marriage of convenience, false proximity. Okay, I'm going to try and say this. Best friend's brother-in-law. Yes. Read it. I think the first one, amazing. This one didn't live up to the first one, but still 100% worth the read. Okay, next we have also then got another Christmas book. This is when I did my Christmas reading vlog, which again, if you haven't watch it. It's still the 12 days of Christmas. You still have time to read Christmas books. But the next one I read was the second one, which is Under the Mistletoe. It was by Tessa Bailey this time, and it was called Merry Ever After. Single mom, cowboy, I'm gonna say love at first sight, obsession, and just cute. It was 50 pages long, obviously very, very, very fast paced. So I didn't love that aspect, but it was cute. It was fun, like little Christmas book. I mean, if you're still trying to reach your goals for the year, we'll saying that it's the 30th of December, and by the time this comes out, it will be January. So I was gonna say, it's a great book if you need to like reach your goal, but by the time this comes out, it'll be too late, so there's no point saying that. Anyway, cute. It was cute. It was, yeah, cute. Then, oh, I gave it a 3. Then, another 3 stars. And not many people knew about this book. I didn't realize. I stumbled across this book. I stumbled across it. I wanted a hockey Christmas romance, and that is what I got with Mother Pucking Christmas. It's Mother Pucking Christmas. This book took me by surprise, because my god, is the man such a cinnamon roll? He is such a golden retriever, kind-hearted soul that just wants to be loved. I fell in love with him. He was so adorable, so cute, so forgiving. Like, so forgiving. He was like, I understand. It's fine. You are forgiven. I was like, oh. It was so cute. And her, trust issues, big family, trying to save her brother's ass from his terrible decisions. Oh my god, did her little brother really annoy me. And the fact is, when it said little brother, in my mind, I was like, oh, he's a baby. He's a little, like, toddler. And then it was like, oh yeah, he got involved with the mafia, or like bad people. He's obviously not a child. He's a grown-ass man. And I was like, hey, that makes more sense now. Like, that fits with the plot. But it was funny. It was cute. It was kind of fake dating, kind of not. But adorable all the same. Then, I loved this book so much. It was a 4 stars. And never have I ever wanted to actually go out and buy a Christmas book. Like, once I finished this, I thought to myself, yes, I am going to have this on my shelf to see. I loved it that much. Not quite a 5, because there were some moments I was like, what is this? But it was funny, it was spicy, it was enemies to lovers, it was fake dating, but reverse fake dating, childhood friends. It was, well, let's put it like this way, childhood friends to strangers to enemies to lovers. And that was How My Neighbour Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. It was giving Grinch. Obviously this book was giving Grinch from the title, but I loved the part where at the beginning of each of the chapter you got this little narrator part, and part of me wishes that I listened to the audiobook, because it would have been fun. And also there were moments where there was little like comedic bits where the narrator was fighting with, what's his face, what was his name? Cole Black, and it just made me giggle. It was giving Dr. Seuss, like rhymes in those narrator bits, and it was great. So it was based on a town that is pretty much Christmas all year round, and how we're following I can't remember her name. What's her name? Story. So Story aunt, I don't know if it's great aunt or just aunt. I have a feeling it's great aunt. Anyway, broke her hip, which meant Story and her sister had to move in with her and look after her, which then concluded Story being put into the town's competition for like townie of like Christmas, something like that. And her basically trying to win it for her aunt because her aunt was supposed to do it but couldn't because of her broken hip. And then Cole, who's basically the Grinch of the town, also then entering the competition with his best friend because he decided that Story didn't deserve to win and was going to beat her, basically. And then they fell in love. But then they had to pretend that they were fake dating so that her sister basically then didn't rip their heads off because she didn't like Cole and didn't want them together. It was like a whirlwind. There was so much. I loved it. It was great. Really liked Megan Quinn. I read one of her books before and it was a 5-star for me. And I think that was fake dating as well. Pretty sure. Anyway, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. Mwah. Best Christmas book I've read. To be fair, I've only read like, what, 4? So not really going off of much from that. Anyway, moving on. Scarlet St. Clair, Apples Dipped in Gold. Shocked me. Shocked me. The first one in this fairy tale retelling didn't love. I still gave this one a 3 stars, so the same rating as this one, but I preferred this one more to the first one. Partly because I can't remember really the first one. No, I can. First one, she was forced to go live with the 7th brother, who was what's his face? One of the elf princes. And yeah. And then this one was about the 3rd brother who basically had a crush on this human girl for pretty much the first time he saw her. And they had like this whole history, but she didn't remember it was him, and then he was pretending not to know her and I didn't tell her this thing, and then they had to go on this quest because he thought that he was cursed when actually in theory was he ever cursed in the first place? No, not spoiler, you could just tell from the start. So yeah, you were just following them, and then this fox who was adorable. I loved it. I like a fox, so cute. But also foxes are terrifying. Like, if you ever come across a fox in real life, they're scary and very violent, and people have them as pets. You know how, like, what? Anyway, he had a fox. And they were basically trying to find this magical wishing tree so that the human girl could then wish away the elf prince's curse. That was kind of that. Again, it was short book, easy read, cute, bish bash bosh. And I think the rest of the series is literally going to be about each of the elf princes, like one of the brothers. And I have a funny feeling that the next one is going to be about the first brother, Silas, because it seems like they're going in order in these pages, and they're just taking bits and pieces of like fairy tale stories and then merging them together into like this series, and it's actually really cute, really easy to read. I love Scarlet St. Clair because she is so easy to read, and it was cute. Gave it a 3. Then I have become obsessed with this series. I have been binging books for the last 4 days. I think since Thursday, it is now Monday, I have finished a book every single day. This is the start. And then I read Electric Idol by Katie Roberts, and this is a retelling of Psyche and Eros, Greek mythology, but it's modernized, and I was obsessed. Obsessed. Psyche, plus size girl, social media influencer, daughter of Demeter, sister of Persephone, sister-in-law of Hades, marriage of convenience, kind of. They did get married, but then they had to like fake date that they were in love because murder, assassination attempts, but then also touch her and die, obsession, false proximity, gentleman to her, like soft, sweet, kind to her, well, murder-y, like morally grey. So good. It was so good. I love Eros. He was such a misunderstood character in the book, and the fact that Psyche is so kind-hearted and actually like cared for him and everything, great. You saw such a different person, and it was mwah. I love the rest of this series. Again, really easy to read. I flew through this book. Flew, like off, flying, away. Amazing. Then I read another Kindle book, which was Blood of Hercules. I don't know if I love or hate this book. I gave it a 4 because in the end, like, I just need the second one. I need it right now, and it's not out yet. I don't know when it's coming out, but yeah. I don't even know how to explain this book. I ate it up, let's just say that. And I didn't know who I was rooting for. There were some bits I was really confused about because I wasn't quite sure where we were in the scene, because there weren't like breakups. You know how sometimes if we're moving from one place to another, like there's like little like breaks. There wasn't really that, and I skim read from time to time, and so there were moments where I was just skim reading it, you know, trying to get to the good bits, and then I was like, where am I? Come back into focus, and I'm like, I've got no idea what just happened, so I had to go back and read it again, and then it made sense. Like, if you actually read it properly, it makes sense. Wow. So yeah, the ending of this book got me, and that's why it's a 4. And I need the next one. I need it so much. Who was it about? So you had Achilles, Augustus, Charon, I think that's how you say his name, and oh, I'm gonna bosh this name up. I need to see it. Patroclus? Hold on, I'm googling it. Partolocus, I'm guessing. Patroclus. I keep overcomplicating it. Patroclus. Yeah. So you had all of those, and then you had Alexis as well, who was kind of in the middle of all of it. And I need the second one. I think the second one's going to be better than the first one, because I did feel like the majority of the book, like especially the first 50% of the book, was world building and getting to know all the characters and understanding her and like how everything was. And at times it did feel a little bit rushed, but I didn't hate that because I wanted to see more of the romance. And I know in the second one, that's when we're going to get it all. You know, I'm so excited. Then I did read Filthy Rich Vampire afterwards, which again is another fake dating, but not. I'm going to say that because the fake dating aspect kind of whittled away really, really quickly. And I'm honestly here for it. I gave it 4 stars. It's also Fated Mates as well. Touch Her, You'll Die. There's bloodlust. There's longing. There's obsession. There's vampires. Who's a billionaire who will literally give her the world if she asks for it. Like, who doesn't want that? I mean, I do. Can I have that? No. It's really freaking upsetting. Oh, but honestly, would I want to date a vampire? No. But I'll read about them. 4 stars. So excited to carry on the series. They're out of the works, and I think they're all like £2.50. So will I be purchasing them straight away? Yes. Then, the last book of 2024 that I have read, I literally finished it today, and that was another Katie Robert one, and that is Wicked Beauty. This one again is about Achilles, Helen, or Helen of Troy, and Patroclus. Yeah, Patroclus. This is kind of given Hunger Games. So all of these characters are fighting for the role of Ares. It is another modern retelling of Greek mythology with bits of twists, and it's so good. So each of these characters went through 3 trials of like literally blood, sweat, gore. There was like mind games, and it was combat fighting stuff, and we were introduced to a lot of new characters as well that are coming in the later series of it. And I'm honestly so excited to read the rest of them. This was another 4 stars for me. I wish there was more towards the end. I did feel like the ending was rushed ever so slightly. I would like a little bit more detail in them. So I'm kind of hoping that there is more scenes with them in other books, or like we can see, because I'm not over. I'm not over it. I want more. It was so good. I'm loving this series now. I'm just thinking about it. Forced proximity. Again, touch her, you'll die. I guess there was like an element of childhood friends and also enemies to lovers as well, but not much enemies, more like haters to lovers. Still really, really good. Anyway, that is everything that I read in December. My lovely 15 books. I'm so proud of myself. Honestly, I don't know how I devoured like, how many? 4 books in 4 days? That's crazy in my mind. So I know it can be done. Will it burn me out though if I carry on doing that? Yes. Will I stop? Probably not. Then anyway, let's move on to my January TBR because I'm so excited. I picked out way too many books. So we're gonna like rapid fire through them all. These are all the books that I want to read in January. Some of them are repeated from my TBR like beforehand just because I've never got a chance to read them, or I've been wanting to read them for videos, so I've been saving them up and I never ended up filming. So I'm hoping that in January I'm able to actually get through all of these books, and especially at the reading speed pace stuff that I'm going through, hopefully I can get through all of these and some Kindle ones as well. I'll start off with Kindle books that I want to read. First off, starting with The Striper, which is the new book by Anna Hong, which is, I think it's fake dating, I'm not quite sure, but obviously it is about a football player and people are obsessing over it. Another one that I want to read is Play Along by Liz Tomford. I think that's how you say her name. And this one is a baseball romance, and I think his physio, or the team's physio, and I think it's another fake dating one. And marriage, I'm pretty sure. I've then also got a series that I want to finish, which is There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark. I read the first one really quickly and I really want to read the second one. Another dark romance that I want to read is My Dark Romeo as well, because I've been seeing things on it and I want to read it. And one thing that has also popped up for me is the Zodiac Academy. I've been seeing things on social media with it and now it's on Kindle. I'm genuinely considering reading it. I was originally going to buy it, but then for some reason I decided not to. So is it going to be a Kindle read? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's kind of like a rough thinking of what I want to read on Kindle, which are on Kindle Unlimited, because I don't buy books on Kindle. I only will get them if they're on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the physical books that I've got. The first one is another Megan Quinn. I want to carry on this series, So Not Meant to Be. I can't actually remember what the series is called. I don't know what the series is called, but anyway, this is the second one from a Not So Meet Cute. I think there's 3 books in total. All of them are on each of the brothers, and no idea what it's about, but I want to carry on reading her because I do really like her writing and I really like the first one in this series. So I bought it, haven't had a chance to read it, but definitely going to give it a go at some point. You'll see a lot of these in my TBR are like romantic-y kind of books, like dark romance. I have like only 2 actual just romance books. Majority of them are romantic-y. The next one is from Blood and Ash. I've had mixed reviews on the series as a whole. The first one is supposed to be really good and I kind of just want to give it a go. The book actually does intimidate me a little bit just because it's different material from a normal book and she is thick. But hopefully I will be doing another fantasy reading vlog, so praying that I can get through this one and she doesn't scare me so much. And she's actually good because it's saying people who love Sarah J Maas. This one's for us, and I do love a Sarah J Maas. The next one is Nightbane. Everyone was telling me to give this one a go because the first one is Lightlark and I didn't love it. I only gave it a 3, but everyone has said that this one is better than the first one, and just to power through it and see how I feel. So again, it's another one that I'm like, I put it on my TBR to try and get through it because it's just been sitting on my cart and staring at me. So I put it on here, hoping it will motivate me to read it. But we will see, we will see. I might need some more motivation because I'm a little bit scared. Belladonna. Oh my god, I want to read this book so bad. I don't know why I haven't. I honestly don't know why I haven't just decided to pick it up. I think it's another one that I want to read for a video because all of you were saying it's really, really good. And also, I keep seeing it all over social media as well. And if I don't read it in January, then I'm just going to sit down for a day and devour it. Like, that's just kind of how it's going to go. I tried to actually get my book club to do this book with me, but they didn't want to and they wanted to read another one instead. So, yeah. Then I've got probably one of the thickest books that I own. 1913, Boys of Torment, book 1. This scares me. This scares me so much, not only because she's thick, but also because people love her. And I generally don't want it to suck. basically. I don't want to be disappointed. I want to love it as much as other people love it, but it scares me. And I also like I don't understand why a romance is this thick, and especially because all the other ones as well are thick. I don't get it. I'm hoping that it comes on Kindle Unlimited. I don't think it is. It might be. I know it's on Audible. What's it called? Binding 13. No, it's not on Kindle. That's upsetting. But yeah, no, it is on Audible, so I might be listening to it. But I've put it on here to, again, another one that I need motivation to read because I'm kind of scared. Next, I need to carry on reading the Throne of Glass series. I've read the first 4. Well, no, I've read the first 3, and I need to read Assassin's Blade next. That's just the order that was recommended to me, and I need to get through it. It kind of scares me because the next ones are really thick, and I was originally going to plan on filming this for a reading vlog, but I think the series as a whole just scares me far too much, because I'm scared that I won't like it, and I'm also scared of like how many pages. Because one of them, I swear, is almost 1,000 pages long. Like that's terrifying. So I don't want to be disappointed. So I'm not going to film the reading vlog anymore, but I will hopefully have some of the books in a vlog and give you my opinion about them. But yeah, the first couple I have really liked. Like Air of Fire, I think I gave a 5 stars. And I did really enjoy the first one, Throne of Glass. So hoping going into this one, because it is the prequel, I love it as well. And then I can carry on. There's my bookmark. I've been looking for this. Carry on with the rest of them. Next, obviously, I put the rest of Dark Olympus on this. This one is the next one after Wicked Beauty, which is Radiant Sin. And this one is about Apollo and Cassandra. We haven't really heard much about Apollo and Cassandra. There was a little bit about them at the end of Wicked Beauty. Just looking at all of the names that are on it. But yeah, I want to carry on. I kind of want to finish the whole of the series, and I know the next 2 books are coming out next year at some point, so they are definitely going on my 2024 TBR. But I'm loving it. Kate Roberts is really easy to read, so I do want to try out some of her other books as well. So yeah, put her on. And then finally, the last one that I've got, and I know this one has been on my TBR for so many months now, but I keep seeing it over social media, and that's Dawn of Anoxie. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It guys, it stresses me out sometimes, my dyslexia, that I generally, one, cannot remember how to pronounce it because it just doesn't say in my head. But this series is supposed to be very, very good. It is another romantasy. I have no idea. I don't really want to read the back of it. I just want to go in blind. I want to do it for a reading vlog. That's why I've been putting off reading it. But it's the first one. I think there's 3 altogether. There might be 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, A Dawn of Anox. Onox? I think it's Onox or Anoxie. It's one of the 2. It's one of them. But yeah, this is probably my most anticipated read, as well as Kate Roberts, of the month. And that is pretty much my TBR for January. These are the books I want to start off with in the year, and I love it. That's gonna fall. Oh god, I think that's everything. I don't know what to do now. Probably end the video. That would be a good choice, because it's also getting dark. So I'm filming this so late. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you had an amazing 2024. We will definitely do a wrap up of 2024. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to film it, because I don't want to do an in-depth one of every single book that I read, because we'll be here for so long, because I honestly cannot shut up. But yeah, that video is to come. I mean, if you can't wait for that, then I have all of my wrap up and TBR videos, well, my wrap up videos of the year somewhere. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know how many books you ended up reading in the year, or how many books that you read in December, and if you've got any good recommendations for me, so we'll always take some good recommendations. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah, peace, goodbye.